Hello YouTube, it's me, Courtney, ECPI RN student, currently in term, yikes, maybe 9 or 10. Yeah, I'm taking med-surg 1 still. So I figured I would use this video to kind of touch on a couple of questions that I saw in my comments because it's been about 3 weeks, if not longer, since I have made a video for you all. So, one question I got was the Murray Way said time management. She asked me about time management because she has 3 children. So, I just have the one, and he's pretty easy to entertain when I have classes like the asynchronous sims. I just got done with one, and he was here the whole time, and he did pretty good. So, I'm a single mom, so he's always here with me, and that's just kind of how that goes. So I would say, as far as time management when it comes to studying, if you are a morning person, because kids will suck all of your time and energy out of you, I completely recognize that. I just have the one. So if you're like a morning person, I would say maybe an hour in the morning, try to study, or in the evening time, an hour in the evening after bedtime, try to study. When you don't have a lot of free time, it's better to just be consistent about studying than it is to like try to spend 2 or 3 hours studying, if that makes any sense. So instead of studying like 2 or 3 hours twice a week in a day, or one day Monday 2 to 3 hours, and then Wednesday 2 to 3 hours, try to just find time like 30 minutes to an hour every day to just kind of process the information. Just read through it. Whatever way you study, I'm not a big studier. I say that all the time, and I hate to say that, but I'm just not. I'll review information, but I'm just not a heavy studier. I really like to pay attention during the lesson or during the class so I could pull in the information and whatever the teacher is saying. Like, for some reason, like different changes in the voice of the teacher or the intonation and how they say stuff, that sits with me better than like just sitting and hammering out fact after fact after fact or reading the book. So with me, I'm not gonna lie, I work in home care, so I would assume more free time than someone who works like a regular 9 to 5 job during the day. But I don't study during the day because I just have so much going on all the time with my patient care. So if you have free time during the day, that would be great to study if you have like a lunch break. But I think it's really important to have that balance. Like that balance, like you don't want to feel like you're in school, yes, so you will feel like all of your free time is spent studying or doing something with school. And even if you try to take a brain break, then you're going to feel bad for not studying. And so it's like, it's good to have that balance. Still take that time to like really close the book and focus on family, focus on cooking dinner, focus on whatever you like to do in your free time, but also take the time to study. So that's the best that I can come up with as far as time management. Again, I just have the one. So, just make sure you take time for you though. It's very important to study and to digest the information and to gain the knowledge, but you don't want to lose yourself. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I feel like I can be really short with my family or with my kid, and I don't do as many fun things as we used to do. Of course, like with my son, we don't play as much as we used to, or but and that's unfortunate. And I've talked to my son about that, and I apologize if I feel like I'm being short, or if I feel like coming up where he has an expectation of me and I'm not meeting it. And I do apologize to him, and I tell him like, buddy, I'm in school, this will be over soon, and me and you, we're gonna play all day, we'll play all the time after that, but right now this is what I have to do. So I think it's really important, like even though my son is 4, I really do try to discuss these things with him, and he seems to understand, because he'll I tell him like, hey buddy, right now I need to do this instead of what you want me to do. So as long as like his needs are being met, the basic needs are being met, and the play and all the interaction, I'm not going to be able to do that. And I know that sounds bad, but I speak to my son about it and he's okay with it. And I make sure that I do have my time to study or review information or read through or be in class in my Sims or whatever. But I also make sure that I follow through on those promises that I make to my child. So whatever way that works for you, there you go. I got another question from Gloria Robinson about class size. So right now we have 18 students in our class. We started with 32, and at ECPI you will see that people drop and then people come back. People from other semesters that have dropped come back into your term. And this past Sunday I actually had clinical, and some of the girls, we were talking and we kind of realized and just kind of counted from our original class, there were 32 that started, and currently out of the 18 that are still, that's in this term, only 8 started with us. So that's pretty intense. That's a lot of people. That's a quarter of the group has made it through the curriculum appropriately. So class sizes, the further along you get, will get smaller, but you will pick up, additional people from the, throughout your terms. And then, so this kind of reflects back with, hey, little girl said, how many hours do you study? And if you miss a day, do you get dropped? So I'm not really a big studier. I do try to review information though. So if you consider that studying, then that's it. But that's not something, if I had to average out, I would say maybe 30 minutes a day. But that's just for me, because I really make sure I pay attention during class, during the lecture. And then, so you can miss a day. You don't get dropped for missing a day. That sounds insane. So clinicals, as far as clinicals go, you cannot miss more than 20%. From what I understand, the Virginia Board of Nursing, or whatever board of nursing, wherever you live, dictates how many clinical hours you have to have. That's non-negotiable. So the school probably, like, let's say it's 500 hours and the school gives you 600, and they'll say like you can't miss more than 20%, because then you have to make up that time. As far as classes, I've had to miss one class and I didn't get any blowback. And one day I actually missed a sim because they send out the draft schedule a few weeks before the term starts, and so I put that in my calendar, and the draft had actually changed, so it was completely my fault. And I was already out busy doing things, so I wasn't able to make it for that sim because I had already filled that time with another obligation. And I didn't get in trouble for it. I reached out to my instructor and told her what happened, and she just was kind of like, okay, and that was it. So sims, I believe, fall under clinical hours. So it was just 3 hours that I missed out of all of the sims that we've done to this point. So yeah, no, if you miss a class, you don't get dropped. That would be ridiculous to even think that. But I will say, if you miss a class, you're going to miss a lot of information. And if you're not a big self-study type of person, that's not going to be good. All right, so that's all I have for now. Thus far, the term is going pretty well. We have a great instructor, so she's doing really good about, helping us and making us, making this work out for everybody. And then we did take an ATI for, Fundamentals of Nursing ATI, which I passed on the first go, so I didn't have to retake, thank God. I just did the ATI reviews, the practice test on the website, and that worked out great. So any questions, comments, concerns, drop them down in the inbox. This is the last week of this term. We have our exam tomorrow, and then on Thursday we have our final, and then on Sunday I will have my last clinical out of med-surg. Thank God. We have been having to do a clinical every single weekend. So next term we're taking maternal newborn nursing, and the clinical hours only requires, there's only 45 clinical hours, so that came out to be like 3 days. And from what I saw on the draft schedule, 2 of those days are back to back. So it's Saturday, Sunday, and then one Sunday for me, I believe. So that's it. The rest will be sims, but it's only maybe 3 sims, so it's fine. And there's not an every week obligation, and I'm really looking forward to that break. All right, I'm out.